Today, I'm sharing more about how to use your spiritual gifts and abilities to make an impact in the world. Welcome back to another video. If you are watching this, then you most likely resonate with the knowing that you have gifts to share with the world. You might not know exactly what those gifts are. You might not know exactly what your purpose is, but you just know that there's something within you that desires to be expressed. There is something within your spiritual connection that desires to enhance that expression. And you are on the path of discovery of what that is. And so I'm really excited to share this topic with you today. I feel like this is something that so many of us ask ourselves and we question and we explore and we feel confused and then we explore some more. And so I want to bring you a little bit more clarity in terms of how to understand what those gifts are and how to utilize them to make an impact in the world. And the more that you begin to get behind that process and that idea, the more that you're actually going to be led into your true purpose and into alignment with who you're here to be and how you're meant to show up in the world. So you don't necessarily need to know exactly what your big purpose is and exactly how you're meant to make an impact. The key thing is that you are willing to explore, you are willing to start, and you are willing to show up in a way where your gifts and your abilities can be expressed in your everyday life right now. That is the fastest way to actually become aligned with your true purpose. And so the first thing that I want to start off by sharing and exploring a little bit with you is helping you to, first of all, understand the difference between your spiritual gifts and your spiritual abilities. Because in my world, there is a difference. And in my world, they go hand in hand. So when it comes to your spiritual gifts, this is the way in which you are here to express divine light and love in the world, meaning that your gifts might be your voice. It might be your speaking, it might be your writing, it might be the way in which you create music, the way in which you create art, the way in which you hold space for other people, the way in which you listen to other people, the way you coach others. So there's so many different ways that this can come through, as you can tell. Those are just naming a few off the top of my head. But essentially, think of your spiritual gifts as the ways in which you express yourself in the world, or the way that you desire to express yourself in the world. On the other hand, your spiritual abilities are the skills that you use, such as your clairs, such as your intuition, to receive and be in connection with the divine and to receive healing frequencies, to receive divine downloads. It's the way in which you are seeing beyond the physical world and sensing energy, sensing the angels, and becoming aware of what is being brought to you in terms of messages, in terms of information, whatever it is, to help inform you in the way in which you express your gifts. So you can see how abilities and gifts go hand in hand, because you could be expressing and sharing things and really being in that space of speaking, but maybe you're speaking about the wrong thing, and not necessarily wrong, but just not so aligned with what your true purpose is. And I know that for me personally on my journey, I was exactly in that spot. I thought I was supposed to be a nutrition coach. I thought that was my purpose. I'm going to be a nutrition, a health coach, and that's what I'm going to do. And I imagine myself writing books about nutrition and speaking on stages and guiding people on their health journey. And turns out that yes, I was meant to speak, and yes, I was meant to write. However, the content slightly shifted, and still using those gifts, but then as my abilities kicked in, as I became aware of energy and aware of spirit and angels and this divine connection, that is what truly informed me and helped me to understand, oh, yes, you have these gifts, but they're meant to be they're meant to be used in this particular way. And so that was a huge shift in my life that happened that really set me on the trajectory that I'm on now, and that really supported me to know my true self and to trust in myself and to allow myself to bring those gifts forward even more. And that was one of the things that I so clearly remember, is that it was so hard for me to actually put myself out there when I was in the nutrition and health coaching space. It was so hard to make a video. It was so hard to talk and to share information, because it felt like I had to memorize everything. Otherwise, I didn't know what I was talking about. That's how it felt. Whereas now it's like I can create a video and talk about the angels, talk about spirituality, talk about healing, talk about whatever that is on this channel right now. And it's like I can just talk about it. And I'm sure you can tell that I'm not reading off of a script. I'm not, memorizing any lines. I'm just speaking the truth that's on my heart, and it just flows naturally because this is where I'm connected. This intersection of my gifts and my abilities is connected. I'm fully plugged in with the divine. I'm fully plugged in with my soul, plugged in with the angels, and it just flows and comes through. And I'm so grateful for that. And one of the things that I want you to know is that you have the same potential. It's within you. And especially if you're watching this because you're like, oh, wait, I know that I have gifts, but I'm not really sure how to use them to their fullest potential, how to use them to actually make an impact. This video is for you. And so you know that there's something there. It's just that you haven't quite figured out yet how to bring it all together. And so the first step in all of this, when it comes to being able to create an impact in the world through your gifts and through your abilities, is to embrace the fact that you have gifts. And I can tell you, for the longest time, for me personally, I said, oh, I'm not a creative person. Oh, I am not a good speaker. I just denied everything about who I am. Not a good writer. Every single part of these that I do now on a daily basis as part of my work, I was like, no, I'm not good at that. No, that's not me. No, 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 no. And, that was obviously a few years before I even started my spiritual journey and my spiritual exploration. But nonetheless, that mindset and that way of thinking totally blocked me from being able to discover these parts of myself. And so the thing that's important to know when it comes to you walking this journey and walking this path is that it's embracing the fact that you have gifts, embracing the idea of exploring what those are, and it's embracing that whatever you feel yourself being called into. And I know that for some of you, you might have even already had visions or dreams or this knowing. Maybe you've seen yourself on stage, or you've seen yourself writing books or whatever, but you're like, I don't know. I don't even know what that's going to be about. What am I talking about? I have no idea. That part is fine. That you will figure out. But the key thing that you need to lean into right now is embracing the fact that your gifts are there. And the next step after this is that they are meaningful, that they are impactful, that they are important. For so many people, this is what I see. And I've seen it in myself too. It's this feeling of, well, who's going to want to listen to what I have to say? Or who's going to want to read that? Or who's going to care about this? And we completely dismiss it. We're like, yeah, I write, or I speak, or I do this, but then who's going to want to listen to it? We create this idea that no one cares about what we have to say, or that what we have to say is not important. And so that's the next step as you embrace your gifts, is to also then see the value in your gifts and see the value that you create by being you. And this connects directly to the vision that the divine has for us, and this knowing that we were created for a purpose and that you were chosen to be here, to be you. We just need you to be you. That's what the world needs. The world needs more authentic people, and people who are embracing their gifts and embracing their spiritual connection and allowing their light to shine. And so as you see the value in who you are, and you see the value in what you bring just by being you, being your true self, that is where the magic starts to happen. Now, on top of that, As you practice and develop your spiritual connection, and as you begin to be aware of how your abilities show up in your life, because it's going to be different for everyone. For some people, they start to see visions. For other people, it's the sensations and the feeling that comes alive for them. For others, it's the clairaudience, like they start to hear stuff or just have this like kind of voice that starts to speak to them. And that is all, it's going to look different for everyone. But it's all related to the fact that as you open up that spiritual connection and that awareness and beginning to develop that relationship with the angels, that is directly informing how you show up in the world, and it's directly informing the fact that you are here to express something, you are here to bring through light and love, and this is the way that you are meant to do it. So these two go hand in hand and are so important. So as you are embracing your gifts and you are starting to see the value of your true self, I also want you to dedicate time and focus and practice to your connection and to developing your abilities and practicing what it feels like to be in connection with the angels, because that, like I said, is going to be very important for these two to go together. We have to intersect them because that is what's going to lead you on your path. Now, the other part here that I want to mention that is so important as well is that you have a space where you feel seen, where you feel heard, where you're not just kind of doing it alone or you're like putting things together. Like, I have no idea. I don't have anyone to talk to because no one gets it. People in my life are like, what? Angels? What are you talking about? You know, and it's just kind of like this feeling like you're mishmashing, putting things together. It's so important to find a community where you are seen, where you are heard, where you are witnessed in your growth. And there's just something, and I know this because I've done this for so long now, for over 7 years, going on 8 years. And the thing that I see time and time again is that the people who are not seen or not witnessed in their growth, the growth takes longer. And the people who are seen, who are witnessed, who are like, oh my gosh, like I am held in a space where I'm supported in this evolution, those are the people who grow the fastest. And the reason why is because being seen and held and supported is just such a natural part of how we blossom and grow. And an example that, you know, comes to mind is just thinking about the nurturing that is required for a child to grow up and thrive, and how that love, that nurturing, that caring, that support is so vital to a child's life and to a child's well-being. And obviously that's a whole different level of growth and expansion, but it's very similar. It's very similar to those gifts and to the parts of ourselves that we've most likely haven't felt safe to express before, just because of conditioning, society, you know, lack of people understanding. And it's no one's fault. It's just the time that we are living in. But the other beautiful thing about the time that we are living in now is the fact that this is changing, and the fact that there are more people who are awakening. There are more people who are understanding this. And so as we are able to connect with people in community, to be seen, to be heard, to be witnessed, you start to thrive. You thrive in that, and you're able to show up more fully in that, in the world. So these are all the things that, in my opinion, are important for you to start making an impact in the world with your gifts and with your abilities. The last thing that I'll say is that I want you to also keep in mind, do not underestimate the power of you showing up in that energy and that light today. Meaning that you don't have to wait for the stage. You don't have to wait till you have thousands or hundreds of thousands of people watching you, or even necessarily feeling like it has to be an impact on that level. It's understanding that today, right now, whoever you're going to see today, whoever you end up talking to, whether it's a stranger or whether it's a loved one, it's understanding that in every single moment, you have an opportunity to impact someone's life, whether it's just simply smiling at them, whether it's, you know, sharing a loving comment or remark, or giving advice, or just holding space. all of those things are valuable, and it's not about how many people necessarily, but the connection that you form today, right now, in your everyday life. So I want you to set the intention that you are going to show up in your gifts and in your abilities today, whoever crosses your path, knowing that the divine set that up, that whatever you end up doing today, it is going to be part of the divine's plan. And so I want to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know, first of all, if this video resonated with you. Let me know how you are feeling about your gifts and the expression of your truth and the expression of that light coming through, as well as your abilities and how that intersection, where that's at for you. I want to hear from you in the comments below. And for those of you who are on this path of really embracing your gifts, embracing your purpose, embracing your true self, and you know that this path is leading you towards spiritual healing, it's leading you towards a deeper connection with the angels, it's leading you towards this energy where you're fully showing up in your light and making a meaningful impact in people's lives, I'm inviting you into the Healer program. Doors are now open for a limited time, which I'm so excited. This is the Angelic Healing Certification Program that I've been teaching for over 5 years. And that is truly the space where people come and flourish into their truest selves, into the light that they are here to shine in the world. And I'm so proud of this program. It is something that, like I said, I've been developing over the years that has shifted and grown and changed in so many ways. And this iteration of the program is truly so life-changing, so impactful. And the biggest thing that you are going to receive in this program is not just the skills and the know-how and the tools, the practical knowledge of what it means to bring through angelic healing frequencies and energies to other people, but more importantly, it's around the clarity and the confidence in your true self. It's the clarity of your purpose, the clarity of who you are, and the confidence to show up in that energy, the confidence to be this in the world. And so I'm so thrilled to invite you into this program. I'm so thrilled for everyone who is joining this program. And right now, for a limited time, we are in the early bird phase of this launch. And so if you are interested in saving some money, if you are interested in receiving exclusive bonuses, then this is a time for you to join. To do so, you can go to the link that is in the description below this video. Go check out all the details. All of the modules are laid out for you. The details of the program, which is 4 months long on a bi-weekly schedule where 1 week you receive self-study module and the following week we have Q&A time. So this is a very personalized experience. It's not just me throwing you into the information and then saying, good luck, see you later. It's about me guiding you, supporting you, knowing who you are, bringing you feedback and guidance from the angels, and really helping you to feel seen and witnessed in your true self. And that is one of the biggest things about this program, is that you really are in a space where you start to remember not just your gifts and your true self, but you start to remember the fact that you belong. You belong on this journey. You belong in this work. You belong in your purpose and who you are. You are capable, you are powerful, you are valuable. And these are all the things that I want you to not just hear and know, but to truly feel in your body. And I believe that the Healer program really delivers on that. So if you're interested, go check out the link. If you have any questions, you are always welcome to reach out to me. And otherwise, that is it for the video today. So as always, feel free to share this video out if you found it helpful, if you know anyone who needs to hear this message around their gifts and their abilities in order to make an impact in the world. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss any other future videos. That's it for today. I'm sending you so much love and angel blessings, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.